So at the beginning of the month, we made this video here on the YouTube channel, where defenseman Zach Jones spoke about how he feels he was rotting away in the New York Rangers organization. Well, it's been a few weeks, and now we are in a spot where yet another Rangers player has come out with similar sentiments. Maybe he didn't necessarily say, "I'm rotting away," like Zach Jones did, but let's go over onto an article and read what exactly Jimmy Vesey has to go out there and say about his NHL career. Vesey is 31 years old, 6'2", 203, left-handed left-wing guy, signed on till the end of this season, making $800,000. Initially a top draft pick by the Nashville Predators. I say top draft pick, he was a third-round guy, but he quickly became a lot better than a third-round draft pick status would indicate, because he was super good with the Harvard University Crimson in the NCAA. Did he win a Hobey Baker Award, or was he just a nominee? Let's go out there and take a look at this. Oh yeah, he did win the Hobey Baker Award in 2015-16. Taking the award over some other notable names in that class, such as 2015-16, let's go down over here, Thatcher Demko, Alex Lyon, JT Compher, Tyler Mott, Kyle Connor. Yeah, Jimmy Vesey was better than all of them in the NCAA in this season's worth of play. But Vesey, after being a top free agent, decided not to sign with the Nashville Predators organization. It was a pretty big bidding war, but it was kind of known by everybody that he wanted to go over to New York. He is from the Boston, Massachusetts area. He cheered for the Rangers, I'm pretty sure. I think it was a homecoming sort of fandom thing for him to go back over to the Rangers. If I'm getting that story wrong, then please, somebody let me know in the comments what the real situation is. But Vesey had spent a few seasons in New York as a decent player, not really the top-line guy that many people thought he might have been able to be. He was more in the middle tier, eventually found himself in Buffalo, Toronto, Vancouver, New Jersey, before heading back over to the Rangers for 2 seasons, posting up back-to-back 25-point years. Not bad, not terrible. Just a middle-tier guy, and somebody that was utilized in different spots in the lineup. I think he was on the PK as well. This season, though, Jimmy Vesey has only played in 26 games played, and he's got 4 points in the process. He is on pace for 9 points in 58 games. Now, you might be wondering, okay, was it injuries? Why is he sitting out of the lineup? Well, it's really just because the Rangers refused to play this guy. And as a result, you now have Vesey, who spoke out about his career thus far, and how he's unhappy with the lack of playing time in this organization. As always, this show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there and check out the first link in the description to get some free months on your VPN, save some money, and help out the channel in the process. But I'll also leave links in the description to 2 articles. First, we'll have this Larry Brooks New York Post article. Jimmy Vesey feels like he's dying with the Rangers. Okay, maybe the comments weren't as bad as "I'm rotting away," like the Zach Jones comments, but saying that he feels like he's dying, that's also pretty bad. This article, though, is behind a paywall, so you're not able to go out there and read it unless you get the Post Sports Plus programming that they do have. This article will be linked in the description if you do have the New York Post Sports Plus subscription service, but I'll also leave a link in the description to this article on ProHockeyRumors.com, which has some of the same quotes and goes over the same situation. So, let's dive into what Jimmy Vesey has to say about his NHL career. He told Larry Brooks of the New York Post, "It feels like I have no role or purpose on this team. It seems that I have fallen out of favor, and I've just been cast aside over an extended period of time," Vesey told Brooks. "I'm kind of dying by being here." Vesey is one of many Rangers veterans to see time in the press box this season amid difficult campaigns. He's no longer a factor on the team's PK, due in part to starting the year on the LTIR with a lower body issue, and is thus averaging a career-low 10:04 per game when dressed. He hasn't played in back-to-back games since the first week of January, and last entered the lineup on January 11th against the Golden Knights. That's pretty damning after all. The guy hasn't played in 2 games in a row since the first week of January. We are in the last week of January. This guy has not been utilized for most of the month, and he has only played recently on January 11th. Vesey, oh boy, yeah, he's definitely not being given any meaningful deployment, especially when you consider the amount of games that he is missing out on. In 26 appearances this season between injuries and scratches, Vesey has 3 goals and an assist with a -2 rating. He has lost that physical edge that made him an effective bottom 6 checker over the past few seasons, recording only 14 hits after averaging well over a hit per game between 21-22 and 23-24. His possession numbers have been middle of the pack on a Rangers team that struggles to control play at even strength, posting a 47.4 Corsi for percentage and a -0.8 expected rating that actually ranks 8th amongst Rangers skaters with at least 10 games played. The Rangers have not been clicking offensively, with Vesey on the ice, though, making other options with comparable defensive metrics like Johnny Brodzinski and Arthur Kaliev more preferred options in the lineup for head coach Peter Laviolette. The Rangers have scored just 1.6 goals per 60 minutes with Vesey on the ice at even strength, the worst such figure on the club. So, maybe, I'm not going to go out there and say that the guy's totally washed. He did start out the year on the IR, but has since been just kind of tossed aside, even though he is healthy now. It does seem like the Rangers don't really play all too well with Vesey in the lineup, and as a result, I can sort of understand where the lack of deployment is coming from. However, he is a pending UFA, as the article talks about. He told Brooks that he's had disagreements with Laviolette about how his extended run as a healthy scratch is affecting the likelihood of him landing a contract elsewhere on the open market this summer. It's the anxiety of not having a contract and feeling like this might be the end. Laviolette doesn't necessarily agree with that. Which is really interesting to hear, that the player himself has spoken to the coach saying, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a contract next season because you're not playing me, because I'm not being able to fine-tune my skills, because I'm not improving, because of this, because of that. What an interesting conclusion to go out there and make for a guy standing up for himself, to straight up tell the coach that he feels like he's not going to be given much job opportunities in the future because of how he's not being played. The lack of playing time, yada yada yada, we already saw this. Vesey declined to say whether he submitted a trade or waivers request, but he does love being a Ranger. I know I'm unhappy, and I don't see this changing. I know I have value to teams in this league. I know I could help teams. So, this interview is really bizarre, because it doesn't seem like Vesey is looking at this as an opportunity to change anything. It looks like he's just going out there and wanting to speak his truth. Hey, I'm unhappy. I feel like I'm dying by being in this organization, but I love being a Ranger and I haven't requested a trade. It seems more like this is a play-by-the-media sort of situation where maybe there's some sort of a guilt-tripping factor for the coach. Oh, I want Peter Laviolette to get talked to by the media about not playing me, and then he'll play me more. I don't really know if that's going to work, Jimmy Vesey. Maybe I'm getting an entirely wrong reading on this situation, but that's just kind of how I see it. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about Jimmy Vesey and how unhappy he is with his playing time, to the point that he says he feels like he could be dying with the Rangers. This is not the first time we had spoken about something like this. Zach Jones said he's rotting away with this team. So now, it's the second Ranger in a month to go out there and call out the team for not actually playing him. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you respond to this entire discourse? I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.